In a bombshell development that's sending shockwaves through the entertainment world, Hollywood has just witnessed a tectonic shift in franchise power dynamics. Two of Marvel's most iconic stars, Jeremy Renner and Scarlett Johansson, have officially walked away from the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) and signed an eye-watering, exclusive $750 million deal with Paramount to join the Transformers franchise. That's right. Disney, long considered the unshakable titan of the superhero film landscape, has just suffered one of its most public and potentially damaging talent exoduses in recent memory. This isn't just a celebrity shuffle or a casting surprise. This is a foundational tremor in how Hollywood power is distributed and what it means for the future of franchise filmmaking. The decision to defect from the MCU to the Transformers universe has ignited a debate across fans, insiders, and critics alike. Is this the end of Marvel's golden age? And does this mean the Transformers franchise is on track to become the next cinematic juggernaut? Let's get into the meat of what happened. Multiple credible sources confirm that both Jeremy Renner, known for playing Hawkeye, and Scarlett Johansson, forever synonymous with Black Widow, have expressed serious frustrations with Disney and Marvel Studios for over a year now. Their grievances? Not small ones. We're talking about repeated pay cuts, alleged contract breaches, and, most damningly, a lack of respect and recognition despite their foundational roles in building the MCU into a global phenomenon. Johansson had previously sued Disney over her compensation for Black Widow, alleging that the company released the film on Disney Plus simultaneously with its theatrical debut, robbing her of box office-based bonuses. Though Disney publicly settled the case, insiders revealed that the relationship never fully healed. For Renner, the frustrations were less public, but no less intense. Whispers from industry insiders described a mounting tension between Renner and Marvel executives, with the actor allegedly feeling sidelined and underpaid, especially considering his contribution to the franchise's legacy. Now, here's where the real jaw-dropper comes in. The duo didn't just walk away quietly. They've reportedly signed an exclusive deal worth an estimated $750 million with Paramount Pictures and Hasbro to headline and co-produce a new, interconnected Transformers film universe. This deal is unlike anything previously done in the Transformers saga. For one, it marks the first time that two actors of such A-list Marvel stature are being brought into an action sci-fi franchise, not as cameo appearances, but as the centerpiece of a massive narrative overhaul. According to leaks from Paramount insiders, this new direction for Transformers is not about rehashing, robot versus robot tropes, but about building emotionally rich character-driven arcs rooted in the kind of long-form storytelling that fans have long demanded but never quite received from the franchise. Think Iron Man meets Interstellar with a touch of the Dark Knight gravitas. In short, Transformers is going prestige. This isn't just a career move for Renner and Johansson. It's a rebellion. It's a public, strategic, and arguably justified slap in the face to Disney. For years, Disney's MCU was seen as the most actor-loyal franchise in history. But in recent years, cracks have begun to show. The oversaturation of Disney Plus content, a growing chorus of fans and critics citing Marvel fatigue, and a perceived drop in storytelling quality have all contributed to a disenchantment, not just among viewers, but within the very talent Disney relies on. Scarlett Johansson's move could easily be read as a final "I told you so" to Disney execs, who perhaps underestimated just how much the brand was built on the backs of individual actors who gave the franchise heart and credibility. Jeremy Renner, especially after his traumatic snowplow accident in early 2023, has spoken openly about wanting more meaningful and purposeful roles. Transformers apparently offered that vision. While early reports about the $750 million deal caused initial disbelief across social media, fact-checking confirms that this deal, though unprecedented, is very real. A Paramount executive who requested anonymity due to ongoing negotiations stated that the amount includes multi-film commitments, back-end profits, and creative control incentives. This is not fake news or a fan-fueled rumor mill spinning out of control. Unlike several viral but baseless reports circulating recently about Tom Holland allegedly joining the Fast and Furious franchise, which have since been debunked, The Renner-Johansson move has multiple verified sources, formal press briefings in the works, and insiders confirming scripts already in pre-development. This is, by all journalistic standards, fact. What is not true, however, is the rumor that Disney is suing Paramount over breach of actor exclusivity. That claim, though shared by a few large gossip outlets, is completely false. Johansson and Renner had completed their MCU contractual obligations, and their exit was entirely legal. The consequences for Disney are not just symbolic, they are financially and culturally massive. Already, social media sentiment is shifting. Hashtags like Need Now Avengers, Abandon Ship, and Transformers Takeover are trending worldwide. Disney stock even dipped a marginal but noticeable 2.3% on the day the news broke. Clearly a reaction from investors concerned that Marvel's brightest days may be behind it. Perhaps even more worrying for Disney is the fact that Transformers, which for years was considered critically weak and narratively chaotic, is now positioning itself as the thoughtful, character-centric alternative to the Marvel formula. According to a confidential document leaked from Hasbro's executive planning team, the upcoming film slate under the Transformers banner will focus on deeply layered characters who evolve meaningfully over time, rather than just action-packed, CGI-filled spectacle. That's a direct counter to Marvel's recent track record, which many fans feel has relied too heavily on formulaic plots, fan service, and excessive franchise sprawl. It's also important to understand how this move reflects broader changes in Hollywood. For decades, loyalty to a franchise was almost sacred. Actors like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth were seen as synonymous with their superhero roles. But the industry is evolving. The idea that talent will stay loyal to a studio simply for brand association is dying fast. Today's actors, especially ones who have already helped build billion-dollar franchises, are increasingly unwilling to accept creative and contractual limitations. They want input, respect, and fair compensation. And when studios like Disney fail to deliver, alternative franchises, even ones with troubled pasts like Transformers, are ready to step in with both money and creative freedom. Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy Renner's leap is a reflection of this new power structure. They're not burning bridges. They're rebuilding roads elsewhere with more control over the direction. What's also fascinating is how fans are reacting. On Reddit threads and X, formerly Twitter, Marvel loyalists are torn. Some feel betrayed, accusing Johansson and Renner of selling out. But a larger, more vocal faction is actually applauding them. Fans argue that Disney's corporate behavior, including the mistreatment of VFX artists and increasingly poor handling of its streaming content, deserves public pushback. They see Johansson and Renner as whistleblowers of sorts, taking a stand against a system that undervalues its talent. Others are just excited about the possibility of seeing their favorite Avengers take on a grittier, darker sci-fi universe. After all, the Transformers IP still has massive global appeal, even after some critically panned sequels. With stars of this caliber, the potential for a Transformers renaissance is real and potentially unstoppable. And here's another piece of truth amid the chaos. Disney is panicking. While no executives have gone on record, internal sources say emergency meetings have been held to discuss future casting strategies and crisis PR responses. There's talk of fast-tracking new Marvel content with lesser-known characters to fill the void. But even die-hard fans admit that the absence of Johansson and Renner will leave a noticeable hole. Attempts to recast or reboot their characters will likely be met with resistance and skepticism. And in the age of transparency and social media, the optics of losing not one but two top-tier stars to a rival franchise are damning. At the same time, Paramount is capitalizing on the chaos. Behind closed doors, the studio is reportedly preparing a media rollout unlike any seen before in the Transformers saga. They're planning a new Transformers trilogy that is character first, featuring deep emotional arcs, psychological tension, and morally complex narratives. Early concept art and story treatments suggest a grounded sci-fi drama, far removed from the Michael Bay explosion fest style of earlier films. In fact, insiders are calling it Transformers Rebirth, not the official title, but an internal codename that reflects how seriously Paramount is taking this next chapter. Johansson is expected to play a war correspondent caught between factions of Autobots and Decepticons. while Renner's role is rumored to be that of a morally conflicted ex-soldier turned pilot with a mysterious past. Neither role is designed to be superheroic in the Marvel sense. These are raw human characters designed to anchor a universe of robots and war in reality. This entire saga isn't just about entertainment, it's about values. It's about how actors are treated, how stories are told, and how audiences are prioritized. The Transformers franchise, once marked for its over-reliance on spectacle, is reinventing itself as a narrative powerhouse. And Disney, long considered the gold standard for franchise filmmaking, is facing an identity crisis. Can it continue relying on its well-worn formula in an industry that now demands innovation, respect, and authenticity? Can it afford to lose more stars without rethinking its corporate approach to talent? To wrap this up with clarity, yes, Jeremy Renner and Scarlett Johansson have indeed signed a legitimate, exclusive $750 million deal with the Transformers franchise. Yes, this move is real, not a fabrication. No, Disney is not suing Paramount. And no, this isn't a one-off cameo or side gig. It's a full-blown defection. And it just might be the spark that sets off a franchise war, the likes of which Hollywood hasn't seen in decades. One thing is for sure, fans are watching, the industry is taking notes, and the future of blockbuster cinema may have just shifted under our feet. Stay tuned.